Good evening, Oswego, and welcome to WTOP 10 Thursday Night News, your connection to Oswego and beyond. I'm Dan Frome.
And I'm Brittany Hoffman. Today is Thursday, November 10th, and this is your news, sports, and weather. All before the first commercial break, let's take a look at our top stories. 10 News starts now.
A riot broke out in Pennsylvania as a response to the firing of longtime Pennsylvania State coach Joe Paterno. Thousands of students filled the streets in what started as a celebration of the coach, but quickly escalated violently as students tipped over a news van, yelling profane remarks about the trustees and chanting, "We want Joe." As students started to hurl rocks and start fires, the police moved in to restore order among the carnage in the streets.
As U.S. soldier is found guilty of killing Afghan civilian. During the military court-martial earlier today, Army Staff Sergeant Calvin Gibbs is found guilty for murdering 3 Afghan civilians. Officials say that Gibbs had cut off select body parts as souvenirs and had them look like the actual civilians were killed in a firefight. Gibbs is the highest ranking of all the soldiers that are being charged, and that is part of a kill squad that was targeting civilians.
And now we'll check on our current conditions outside with meteorologist Steve Fry.
What's it looking like out there, Steve?
Good evening, Oswego. I'm meteorologist Steve Fry in the campus center, standing in front of this tree, which, unlike its brothers, still actually has leaves on it. It's currently 43 degrees right now with a dew point of 39 degrees. If you take a look at our radar, you'll see accumulation building up over our area. What does that mean? Well, if you take a look at our futurecast, you'll see rain and snow coming into our forecast in the next coming days. 42 degrees tomorrow, 51 degrees the next day, and 60 degrees Saturday. I'll have my full forecast coming up on later in the broadcast. Back to you guys at the desk.
A rare discovery is made at a construction site in Salt Lake City. Crews uncovered a human skull. Dan Rascone has the story.
We're just refurbishing an old house.
A busy time for construction crews at this 100-year-old Salt Lake City home. But 100 years is nothing
It's amazing that it was just there.
compared to what they found
We were nervous.
while digging a trench in the front yard to put in the main water line.
Operator of the excavator heard a funny sound. He obviously hit something.
Turns out crews had hit a human skull.
It looked like a real skull. So then we did a little more hand digging and we found a little bit more, and then at that point we stopped. It didn't take me any time at all to realize what it was.
Construction workers called police, and before long, state archaeologists arrived because it was clear the human skeletal remains were of ancient Native American origin. Archaeologists estimate the bones are that of an adult.
We found approximately 6 in the past 15 years. So it's not uncommon to find remains of those who lived here before us.
Lori Hunsaker is with the state's Preservation Office of Archaeology.
The discovery of human remains isn't something necessarily of scientific importance, but it's something that we want to treat in a very respectful manner.
It's hard to even believe that it can be that old.
Crews can't believe that a full human skeleton can survive that long, just 3 feet deep.
It was about a foot below the sprinkler line.
Rescue teams continue to dig among the rubble in eastern Turkey as a response to a 5.7 magnitude earthquake that hit the county Wednesday night, with more than 100 people are buried underneath debris. 25 have been rescued and at least 7 have lost their lives. A total of 25 buildings collapsed, but 22 have been empty since a 7.2 earthquake devastated parts of eastern Turkey on October 23rd, which quake killed more than 500 people.
A middle-aged man in Russia has been arrested after 29 mummified female corpses were found in his apartment. These were not ordinary mummified corpses. Most of them were dressed up as life-size dolls. Authorities say these doll-like corpses were dressed in frilly dresses and scarves. The clothing was reportedly stolen from these graves as well. Officials have not released the name of the man yet, but he has been charged with violating bodies and graves.
It has been a rough couple of days in the sports world.
Here's Taylor Pugliese to tell us more about it.
Thanks, Brittany. Good evening. I'm Taylor Pugliese, and this is your sports report. Revered Penn State head football coach Joe Paterno announced that he'd retired at the end of the season. Unfortunately for Paterno, that wasn't soon enough for the school's board of trustees. The board fired Paterno amid a sex abuse scandal. That has consumed the community. Paterno was disappointed with his firing, but accepted it and said in a statement late Wednesday, "I appreciate the outpouring of support, but want to emphasize that everyone should remain calm and please respect the university, its property, and all that we value." He finished his career with a record 409 victories and 46 seasons as head coach of Penn State. That's it for now. I'll have my full sports report with a special report later, so stay tuned. Now here's your local news.
The Occupy Syracuse movement is planning a Veterans Day march through downtown Syracuse on Friday. Organizers say the march will show their respect for veterans, including 2 who were wounded recently during a protest in Oakland, California. Arnie Steiber, a 65-year-old retired Army veteran who saw combat in Vietnam, said he plans to participate. He recently moved to Syracuse from Ann Arbor, Michigan, and said this will be the first interaction with Occupy Syracuse.
2 elephants returned to the Rosman Gifford Zoo in Syracuse after a 5-year-long trip to Toronto. The 2 elephants, Tarj and Molly, arrived Tuesday at the zoo, along with the newcomer, Little Chuck, who is Molly's son. Tarj and Molly left Syracuse in 2006 because the zoo was getting a bit crowded. While the elephants were gone, Onondaga County and Friends of the Rosman Gifford Zoo agreed to spend millions to build an Asian elephant reserve. With all of the new space and extensive viewing areas, it's big enough for all of the elephants.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas as a worker placed a big star atop the Syracuse Christmas tree in Clinton Square this morning as preparations continue for the city's annual holiday celebration later this month. Workers have spent this week trimming branches and shaping the 70-foot Norway spruce that will be the city's 2011 Christmas tree. The city will light the tree November 25th at its annual Home for the Holidays celebration.
Snow is building up in the colder regions of our state. How will that affect your morning commute? More on that later in the broadcast.
You're watching WTOP, your home for Laker hockey.
Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher. Oh, we're gonna rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher.
The Oswego MBA program, helping you achieve your goals with a customized curriculum developed with flexibility in mind. Take classes year-round, full or part-time in Oswego, online or at the Metro Center in downtown Syracuse. More information is available online or by calling 315-312-2911.
Get your Smokey on. If you see someone in danger of starting a wildfire, step in and make a difference. Because 9 out of 10 wildfires can be prevented.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hi, I'm CNN's Rob Marciano, and you're watching WTOP 10, your television station.
Take a peek into the vast, mysterious unknown through the photographic eye of the Hubble telescope, November 11th in the Campus Center Auditorium. The Lost World Museum will infer spiritual insights and aim to instill a new appreciation of the creative and sustaining power of God in the universe as a part of the museum's Secrets of the Lost Races series. Cost is free from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock p.m. For information, call 315-477-3352.
If you're interested in the wildlife and the management behind it, come check out Professor Wouter van Hoover's talk. He is a director for the Center of Wildlife Management at the University of Pretoria in South Africa. Hoover plans to discuss the status of wildlife management in Africa today. The event is held on November 14th in the auditorium at the Campus Center from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock in the evening.
Welcome back, Oswego. Meteorologist Steve Fry here once again. The temperature is 43 degrees. We have a dew point of 39 degrees. That's leaving us with a relative humidity around 79%. We currently have a moderate wind around 5 to 8 miles per hour, and the pressure is holding steady, a low pressure of 29.8 inches. If you take a look at our almanac today around 1 and 2 o'clock, we hit a high of 63 degrees. And we had a low last night of 48 degrees. That's a bit above our average of 49 degrees and our bit above the low average of 37 degrees. Our record set back 80 years ago of 70 degrees. Nothing like that day, but nothing like the day set back 20 years ago when it was 20 degrees. No precipitation on the day. The sun rise 6:53 a.m. and the sun set, 4:46. So not too many hours today, but we're getting darker and then we'll work into getting lighter. But the New York City, our warm spot today, and our current temperatures across the state at 55 degrees. Right now, Jamestown is feeling a temperature of around 36 degrees. Our capital, Albany, 45 degrees. They're getting snow all the way up to Plattsburgh. They're getting snow. So that should be moving into our area relatively shortly. If you take a look at this WeatherTap regional satellite, you'll see the enhanced water vapor building up over our area. That'll be moving off to the east and avoiding us into the evening, but that doesn't mean that there won't be precipitation coming into our area in the next coming hours. If you take a look at the northeast, you'll see that precipitation is building up throughout the northeast, and it's not just in our area. All these between Burlington and New York and the Albany-Burlington area is being covered with snow at the moment. As we move on to our futurecast, 11 p.m. Thursday, we won't have any precipitation in our area. That'll all have moved off to the east. But as you wake up tomorrow morning around 7 a.m., that will be moving into our area coming off the lake early, and that won't move out of our area until later tomorrow night. Tonight, 38 degrees, chance of rain 30% later this evening, winds 5 to 7 miles per hour. Tomorrow, Friday, Veterans Day, 42 degrees, rain after 4. It might be snow, so look out for that, but it should be too warm for snow, so it should just be a slushy rain. But watch out for gusts as high as 48 miles an hour tomorrow, 20 to 30 miles per hour winds. Friday night, low of 34 degrees, 50% chance of rain, so watch out for that. Bring a jacket or umbrella if you're going out, winds 9 to 15 miles per hour. We'll take a look at our extended forecast. Friday, 42 degrees with a low of 34 degrees. I gotta say, my pick of the week, Sunday or Monday. Sunday, 60 degrees. The rain should hold off. Monday, 56 degrees. So when you're getting ready to start the week next week, just look out. Maybe we'll have some sunny days, but nothing too nice this weekend.
When do you think the snow is actually going to start to stick?
Not for a couple weeks. As long as the lake is keeping us warm, we shouldn't have to worry about that.
This is early, though. I feel like around Thanksgiving last year, the snow started to come and stick, so we'll see. And when we come back, we'll have a look with Adam Shear, a technology update.
Hi, I'm CNN's Rob Marciano, and you're watching WTOP 10, your television station.
The Lakers oust Cortland 50 to 98-20. Something like that.
TRP, brought to you by the letter W.
SUNY Oswego MBA program, helping you achieve your goals with a customized curriculum developed with flexibility in mind. Take classes year-round, full or part-time in Oswego, online or at the Metro Center in downtown Syracuse. More information is available online or by calling 315-312-2911.
Got a good thing going, and I wanna see it end. Oh, no, no, no.
Hi, we're Real Big Fish.
And you're watching WTOP 10.
Like the number.
I'm lucky. I get to do something I love.
How many of you think homework is just as important as teamwork?
I help keep kids in school.
Good.
And that's the name of the game.
My name is LaDainian Thomason. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer. Live United.
Want to know the latest happening in the world of mobile phones? Here's Adam Shear to tell you more.
Thanks, Brittany, and good evening, Oswego. I'm Adam Shear, and this is your technology update. It has been almost a month since the iPhone 4S has been released. One question on many people's minds has been whether or not the 4S's exclusive feature, Siri, can run on older devices. Hackers have worked night and day to get the iPhone 4, iPhone 3GS, and 4th generation iPod Touch to run on the unique personal assistant feature. They have succeeded. One group of hackers in particular even put up a video of YouTube showing the iPhone 3GS. But speaking of Apple, today they have released a new software update for devices running iOS 5. The new iOS 5.01 software update fixes a few bugs and improves the battery life for iPhone 4S users. Download the update today via iTunes or over the air on your iOS device by going into your settings, tapping General within Settings, followed by Software Update. Adobe made a shocking announcement this week that changed the way we look at mobile phones' web browsers. The software company announced that yesterday it will be ending development for Adobe Flash on mobile devices. Android phones, among others, use Flash to view web videos and specially designed websites. The main reason for this is that Flash Mobile is way too buggy and takes a toll on processing power and battery life. Just two of the reasons why Apple never installed Flash on the iPhone or iPad. Adobe is hoping for HTML5 to be the standard for mobile browsers. HTML5 does all of the same things Flash does and plays great with all web browsers, mobile or not. The end of Flash Mobile could be the beginning of the death of Flash on the personal computer as well, with more web developers switching over to HTML5 every day. Once again, I'm Adam Shear, and this has been your Technology Update.
Thanks, Adam. What do you really see as the future of the iPhone and the Flash? I heard that the 4S is actually better than the 4.
Yeah, it definitely is. It has more processing power. In terms of Flash and whatnot, iPhones don't use Flash at all. They use HTML5.
Right.
That's what all the browsers are pretty much going to be switching to. It takes less consumption on the processing power, eases up the battery life. It's so much better than Flash.
I've heard that
That is really a shame because a lot of my favorite websites run on Flash, and if what you say is correct, that Flash is ending.
Flash is ending, but Adobe actually came out last month and said that they're working on something where Flash videos will easily transition over to HTML5, so all that content will come back.
I know there's a lot of stuff on my phone as well that I have a hard time uploading and stuff, so hopefully it'll work out.
There's still hope.
Thanks, guys.
A new coalition of New York business groups, landowners, and construction companies with influence in Albany is joining the controversy over hydraulic fracturing of gas wells, also known as hydrofracking, in the Marcellus Shale Formation. The gas industry promises to appease a long-distressed upstate New York, but environmentalists warn about that drilling will threaten drinking water with poisons. A leader of the group, Brian McCowith, says that if we do get it right and we get it safe, it will mean thousands of jobs.
Bank branches are looking to be bought. Nearly 30 HSBC bank branches are being put up for sale to satisfy antitrust concerns. These concerns are the result of First Niagara Bank's plan to purchase the London-based financial giant's entire upstate New York retail network. Buffalo-based First Niagara announced over the summer that they plan to buy about 200 HSBC branches in New York and Connecticut for $1 billion cash. The deal is expected to close early next year.
Kidnapping occurs in the world of baseball.
We have Taylor Pugliese to tell us more about it.
Welcome back to your sports report. Washington Nationals rookie catcher Wilson Ramos was kidnapped last night from his home in Venezuela. The 24-year-old's kidnapping is the first known abduction of a Major League Baseball player in Venezuela. It brings attention to the nation's sharp increase in kidnappings for ransom. The kidnapper's SUV was abandoned in nearby Behuma this morning. Justice Minister Tariq El-Assami said, "We're taking this investigation with everything we got." Ramos remains missing and the kidnappers are at large at this time. Turning to the gridiron, today night is the NFL's first version of Thursday Night Football for the season. The game is a battle for AFC West supremacy as the 4-4 Chargers host the 4-4 Oakland Raiders. Both teams are tied with the Kansas City Chiefs for first place in the division and trying to get back on track as the Chargers have lost 3 in a row while the Raiders have lost 2 straight. Currently, the score from Qualcomm Stadium is the Raiders 17 and the Chargers 10 in the third quarter. Just a few days after rising #1 in Division III rankings, the Oswego State Lakers will return to the ice Saturday night. Saturday's game is the continuation of SUNY play as the Lakers host the Morrisville Mustangs. Oswego will be seeking revenge as the Mustangs won last year's meeting last February 5-2 at the Camp Center Ice Arena. It was Morrisville's first ever win over Oswego. Coming into this matchup, however, the Mustangs are 1-3 overall and in the SUNY, loses 3 in a row, while the Lakers are 5-1, 3-0 in the SUNY. Coverage will be on WYO and WTOP. And now we're going to send it over for a special treat to our sports director, Justin Andrews, who's at Hoops Hysteria at Laker Hall. Take it away, Justin.
Hi guys, we're live here at Laker Hall for Hoops Hysteria. I'm Justin Andrews. The men's and women's basketball team here have a great festivity going on. They have a three-point shooting contest, a dunk contest. Chad Burge just threw it down with a hammer, folks. They just got done with a scrimmage. The green team won 16-12. But last year, the guys team coming off a great season. They went 25-4, made their very first NCAA tournament appearance. They made it to the second round, but they lost to Rhode Island College. A tough loss for them, but they're coming back, revamped. Chad Burge, and preseason All-American. They've been ranked as high as 8th in some preseason polls. They are geared up this year for the men's team. The women's team coming off a rebound as well, too. They're looking to have an improvement from last year and do better in the SUNY as well. Also, a big change for the guys team this year. A new coach, Jason Leone from Keystone College. He came all the way here as an assistant. Oh, totally changed system. Coach Stockwell now at Hamilton. It's been a great event so far. Come on by once you're done with news, students. It's a great event. There's tons of people here. We even saw our own Adam Rupsick. Brady Farkas, who calls hockey games with myself, is being an MC right now. He's doing a fantastic job. A great day so far, even a night. So, guys, going to throw it right back to you in the studio. Come to Hoops Hysteria.
And when we come back, we'll take a look at the lighter side of news.
But first, here's your late night menu and community calendar.
You're watching WTOP, your home for Laker hockey.
We gonna rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher. Oh, we gonna rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher.
The Oswego MBA program, helping you achieve your goals with a customized curriculum developed with flexibility in mind. Take classes year-round, full or part-time in Oswego, online or at the Metro Center in downtown Syracuse. More information is available online or by calling 315-312-2911.
So you can't save money? That's easy as pie. Drink from the tap. A $3 bottle of water a day times 10 years times 6% interest is over 14,000 clams. Small changes today, big bucks tomorrow. Feedthepig.org.
Hi, I'm CNN's Rob Marciano, and you're watching WTOP 10, your television station.
And here's a dive into the lighter side of news. Firefighters in Sacramento say it's a first for them.
And they were called to rescue when a dog got her paw stuck in the shower drain.
And she's been really freaked out since.
We have a bit of a paw predicament on our hands. A rescue in South Sacramento, the likes of which firefighters and Fred, the on-call vet, say they've never seen.
I just can't think anything. I really can't. You know, nothing that I've done would match it.
This is little Lulu, and as you can see, she's stuck. Lulu was getting a bath when she somehow got a back paw wedged in the shower drain.
Then she freaked out, and then she was going backwards, and she got her paw stuck, and that's all there is.
Her owner, Keith, couldn't get her free, and after an hour or so, had to call the fire department.
We've already cut 2 of the prongs. We need to cut 2 more.
No easy operation because the firefighters had to bring in a vet.
Of course, it wasn't going to let him pull it out of there, and it's hurting and everything, so We kind of had to devise a way to sedate the dog.
You see, Lulu's more than a little freaked out. She wouldn't sit still, anxious and hurting, as firefighters attempted the delicate, cramped operation of cutting the drain apart to free her paw. Finally, Lulu's loose. Keith, cradling the pup he adopted from the SPCA 6 months ago. She's a bit groggy from the drugs.
Look at her. She's like...
But most importantly, the vet says her paw is just fine, and once she wakes up, Lulu will be good to go. Keith says next time he'll be more careful to avoid a repeat of this freak accident.
Yeah, I'm going to put the plug in next time. So that doesn't happen again. So that way she's safe. Because I don't want to see her get hurt again. Nope.
3, 2, 1.
Residents of Staten Island say that wild turkeys are growing in numbers and they are a serious menace to the community. But these aren't the turkeys that end up at your Thanksgiving table. Wild turkeys are big and they can grow up to 4 feet tall. Locals complain that wild turkeys stop traffic and their nasty attitudes are accompanied by the fact that they aren't very afraid of people. But there isn't much they can do about the birds as city law protects wild turkeys from hunters.
A popular candy is part of a dangerous new trend for teens. Officials say in Indiana, high school students are soaking gummy bears in alcohol. Students call them drunken gummies. The candy is the latest way kids are smuggling booze under their adults' noses, and police say that the popular trend is dangerous. Officials say the gummy bears soaked up all of the vodka, making the alcohol undetectable.
November 11th is turning out to be a pretty magical day, as the date, which is written numerically as 11-11-11, is also proving to be a big day for weddings, like Boston couple Scott Pittman and Liz Mongrove, who will be having an 11-themed wedding tomorrow at their reception. Though it might be wicked confusing, every table will be marked as 11 to keep up with the theme. They're also planning a breakfast for the family and friends at 11:11 a.m. And even though the wedding is taking place in mid-autumn, Pittman says that the DJ will play Stravinsky's Rite of Spring. And now let's take a look at your forecast for today.
All right, Oswego, taking a look at your Class Day forecast. At 9:10 tomorrow, it'll be 38 degrees, 11:30, 40 degrees, 12:40, 41 degrees. As we round out the evening, 42 degrees at 3 o'clock. So as the afternoon progresses, watch out for that rain. Look out for that snow because it's on its way. A wintry mix of rain and snow and cold temperatures. But the warmth should keep us wet and not dry with snow. So that should be a nice little warm up there.
That's your solace for the whole thing, basically.
I would say look out for Monday and Tuesday because those days should be beautiful. And just stay safe this weekend with all the snow and the rain.
Wonderful. Cold and wet, my two favorite things, right?
The snow is coming as we go.
And
Get ready.
And now we'll have to hate on all the weather people who will give us all the bad news about snow
We wouldn't
coming in
hate
the
on
future.
Steve. How else would we know that the snow's coming?
Exactly.
I
He
mean, it
warns
shouldn't
us.
be too bad. We're not talking real snow. We're talking a wintry mix. So, you know.
I don't like snow that doesn't stick. It's like a tease for Christmas or holidays or anything like that.
I do love Christmas.
The big problem this evening is the boozy bears out in Indiana with the children.
I don't know about that, but I know that the turkey story, turkeys are really popular in upstate New York, so those Staten Island people are confused.
Yeah, not so much in downstate, apparently. Well, that will do it for us here at WTOP 10 News. For the 10 News team,
I'm Theo Pugliese.
I'm Steve Fry.
And I'm Brittany Hoffman.
And I'm Dan Frome. Have a great night, and we'll see you on Sunday.